Hey there, what's up everybody? Chris Coaster here. Today I'm here in downtown Burbank on top of the Media Center Mall, Burbank Town Center parking structure. Just thought the clouds looked kind of cool and thought I'd come up here and check them out. There's some really cool cumulus nimbus clouds out there on the horizon. The pink glow bouncing off those storm clouds looks really ominous, but really it looks cool. Those are the Verdugo Mountains. Smaller foothill type mountains, the San Gabriel Mountains, home of the Angeles National Forest. The Burbank Town Center Mall, formerly known as the Media City Center, the first mall here in Burbank. That dome is the center court of the mall. They got a Macy's in there. They used to have a Sears. It finally closed like just after Christmas, so 2 weeks ago. And they also have an AMC movie theater. It's actually a pretty busy mall in the world of malls these days. Still got a lot of shoppers in there. Macy's does really good. The Burlington Coat Factory down there does really good. And the AMC theater is really busy, and they really have an excellent food court in there. You got your typical mall fare, Sbarro pizza, Steak and Shake, just various other outlets. You wouldn't think it's busy though by the looks of this parking lot though. I am on the top level of the northern garage. It's pretty much the last place that would be filled up if you wanted to park. You can even see they have it chained off down there. I remember when I was a kid, around 12 years old, when they were constructing this mall, me and my friends would sneak up to the parking garage here while it was under construction and find thousands of little slugs, little round circular metal things that we would use for the video games. They worked. They're like the exact size as a quarter, and they worked perfectly. The Verdugo mountain range. It's actually a pretty strenuous hike. I think it's like 3,000 feet at that peak. And on the backside is La Cañada, Flint Ridge, Montrose, northern Glendale area. You got Descanso Gardens back over there. And it actually gets pretty wild up there. A little piece of wilderness right here in the middle of the city. You get tons of coyote up there, deer, and you get even some black bears on the other side of that mountain. They cross over Lankershim Valley from the San Gabriel Mountains, Angeles National Forest. They find their way into backyards and into swimming pools, eating up all the dog food and the cat food that's left out. They break into the trash cans and cause a mess. The Burbank YMCA got a lot of good programs for people of all ages over there. Off in the distance is Interstate 5, Golden State Freeway. Not sure if it's coming up. Beyond that, way beyond those palm trees, is the Bob Hope Airport, Burbank Hollywood Airport. Those mountains are Griffith Park in the background. Universal Studios Hollywood. Is actually over there. Looks like we've had sunset. Just beyond the Santa Monica Mountains, you'll see the Pacific Ocean. And I'm pretty sure the sun probably set over the horizon already by the looks of the sky here. That white building used to be the home of Cartoon Network. They are no longer occupants of that building. Now it looks like it's Central Casting. This is my lovely wife, Nicole.
Lovely.
She's joining me up here on the parking structure.
Yep,
Across from
Media
the
Center Mall. What is it called nowadays?
Yep. Burbank Town Center now, formerly the Media City Center.
When it was booming. And they got pins down there. That place goes off, I guess. Arlington, where we shopping there. It opens early.
Now I found myself here on the corner of Tahunga and Chandler in beautiful North Hollywood, California. Across the street from fire station number 60. Battalion 14. Task Force number 60. Circa 1938. Circa 1930. Just got a little more time to kill, so I think I'm gonna take a walk around the block around North Hollywood Park. See what kind of sights I could see. Looks like the pool is drained for the winter. Here at North Hollywood Park. Pretty cool tile artwork. Tile donated by Midtown North Hollywood Neighborhood Council, 2008. So it's finally a nice dry night here in Southern California. We've had some epic rainstorms. They were calling it an aerial flood. So it's nice to get out and not worry about having to get all wet. It's a cool looking 1920s apartment building right next door to Chocolata. Chocolate and organic coffee and cream and crepes. Everyone's out enjoying the dryness. You can play tennis now. Beautiful old Lutheran church. Early contemporary Gothic revival. My guess is built in the early 20s. You can tell that's the original church. And then the addition, most likely in the 50s, maybe early 60s for the addition. Nevertheless, a beautiful church. St. Paul's First Lutheran Church. Here in the heart of North Hollywood, California. Great little church. You could probably shoot a lot of movies. This could double as any church. It could be in the Midwest, upstate New York, New England, or just here in beautiful Southern California. Got that Gothic-style castle type windows. Beautiful stained glass. It's a cool little house right there. 1920 Tudor. This is pretty much the central core of North Hollywood. So this was developed around the turn of the century into the early 20s. So there's actually a lot of old houses around here. Some old structures that still stand. North Hollywood Library, the Amelia Earhart Regional Branch. A lot of aviation history in the area. I know they have an Amelia Earhart statue around here. It's on the corner. Beautiful tile. It's a cool little sentence around this little planter with a beautiful tile at the base. The blackbirds giving a shimmer of sounds as midday hills give forth transparent tremors of heat and haze. Now I'm coming up to the Amelia Earhart statue. But here she is with all the propellers. I don't know if she was the first woman aviator, one of the first and one of the greatest. She was lost over the Pacific sometime, I think in the early 30s. I'm not sure entirely. First woman aviator to fly the Atlantic Ocean, lost at sea in 1937 during an around-the-world flight. Amelia Earhart. Surrounded by propellers, props, I guess. It's a really cool statue. I've driven by this many times and I never just pulled over and stopped to look at it. Dedicated July 2024 by Los Angeles City Council President Paul Krikorian. Huh. Oh, rededicated. Okay, yeah, because I know it's been here for a while. I did see an awesome documentary about Amelia Earhart. A couple theories of what might have happened, what island she might have crash landed on, so forth. Ernest Shelton, sculptor. Did a good job, Ernest. Little tidbits of history scattered like this all throughout Los Angeles. In particular, we're in the neighborhood of North Hollywood. North Hollywood Recreation Center, North Hollywood, California. Amelia Earhart, first woman aviator to fly the Atlantic Ocean. Right here on the corner of Magnolia Boulevard and Tujunga Avenue. In memoriam, Amelia Earhart Putnam, citizen of North Hollywood. There you have it. I had a feeling Amelia Earhart was a citizen of North Hollywood. I kind of remember learning about that sometime back. Famous around the world and above it. She first cemented her renown as a passenger on a 1928 flight across the Atlantic. And Burbank's airport was also where her Lockheed Electra returned in 1937 after a failed takeoff from Pearl Harbor on her first attempt at an around-the-world flight. Angels Walk, NoHo. Here's Lankershim Depot. I think there's like a cafe in there now. This is where the orange bus line terminates. A bus line that runs through the San Fernando Valley. Look at the old tracks. This is also a red car stop too. Southern Pacific. The old Southern Pacific Electric Station, so you can catch the train and the red car back in the heyday of North Hollywood. One of many historic depots here in Southern California. Now we got North Hollywood Station. Metro Red Line subway. End of the line for the Red Line. The subway system here in Los Angeles. That's North Hollywood. The Red Line terminates there, and the Orange Line, which is a bus line that travels through the valley. All the way up to Chatsworth. Nowadays, a true urban hub of activity. In this condo, the Chandler, is pretty brand new. And I believe these giant condo structures don't have to require parking because they're literally next to public transportation. But that doesn't stop people from owning cars though. So what that means is they park on all the surrounding streets, all the surrounding side streets. So there's an influx of cars parking on the streets, because here in Los Angeles, you still have to have a car if you want to get around at your leisure. Now, a coffee shop is the occupant of the historic North Hollywood Depot, which is pretty much run-of-the-mill with all these old train stations here in Southern California. This is a cool galvanized steel type rustic planter, kind of adding to the theme. Got some aloe vera type plant in there. And you got some barrel planters. They're trying a little bit, so it's kind of cool. You really get the sense of time walking down on the boardwalk here at the old historic North Hollywood Depot. You can almost imagine there was another time, like the early 1908, 1909, 1910. Just the way the board feels on your feet. These cool lanterns are cool too. Not sure if they're original, but they're definitely in theme. Wooden brackets supporting the overhung roof. Groundworks Coffee, made fresh in our Venice kitchen. Too bad they're closed, because I could use a trusty cup of pick-me-up right about now. Sounds pretty tempting. I might have to seek one out. That's gonna do it here from the North Hollywood Depot here on Lankershim Avenue. Beautiful North Hollywood, California. Safety first, and they mean it, especially at the railroad crossings and just in general. And that includes me here right now. Getting a couple funny stares, so I think I'm gonna make my way across the street to the post office. Check it out. And here's a little tidbit about the Lankershim train depot, how it used to look. Those beautiful date palm trees that are so infamous with these old Los Angeles structures. You can see the red car right there coming into the station. And that's the structure. The old United States Post Office, North Hollywood branch. Early century Spanish Art Deco. Right across is the North Hollywood chapter of the United States Post Office. Looks like an Art Deco. I'm not going to say a masterpiece, but just a beautiful Art Deco structure. Spanish Revival Art Deco mashup. They have the Spanish tile roofing, the columns, the wooden beams on the ceiling, the ornamental airflow window grates above the P.O. boxes in there. Beautiful old lantern which shows on. A lot of these lanterns are off lately in the city. I don't know if they're trying to save power due to all the AI mainframes. I don't know. Because every other streetlight is out here in the city of Los Angeles. It makes me wonder why. It really does make me wonder why why all the streetlights, not all of them, but half of them, are not on in various spots of here in the city of Los Angeles. So one of my theories is the advancement of AI needs all the electricity they can get. So the city of Los Angeles is doing its part to conserve. I don't know. Wild speculation. Guess I'll stop loitering. Tongva land, that's the Native American Indian tribe that called this land home for generations, 600-700 years. 6-7. And that's the Griffith Park Observatory in Griffith Park. It's a pretty nice piece of art. Nice mural. Picture of the San Fernando Valley. Back when it was all orange groves. Okay, I think that's gonna do it. I'm gonna wrap it up, call it a night. Maybe find some dinner. And just get out of the elements here, even though it's nice out here right now. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this long, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Chris Koester, over and out.